I paid for our honeymoon with my bonus. It was her dream: Paris, wine tastings, moonlit walks. On the last night, she said she was going to the spa. I stayed in with room service. 2 hours later, I got a DM from a hotel worker. "She's with someone else. You deserve to know." I watched them walk into the elevator holding hands, on security footage. When she got back, I pretended to sleep. When we landed home, I dropped her off, then went straight to a lawyer. She still thinks we're married. She doesn't know the papers were filed weeks ago. I never thought my life would end up like this. I always did the right thing. Paid my bills. Showed up to work. Stayed faithful. I wasn't flashy, just solid. A good man, or at least I tried to be. And that's what makes this so hard. I'm 39, from Cincinnati, Ohio. I work as a logistics manager. Nothing fancy, but I do well. I met Sarah at a fundraiser. She was running a donation table. I asked if she thought I looked like the donating type. She laughed and said I looked like someone who always did the right thing. I should have known then. We dated for 2 years. She was sweet, funny, loved dogs and old books. She'd light up talking about Paris, saying it was her dream to drink wine on a balcony and watch the Eiffel Tower sparkle at night. I wanted that for her. So when we got married last fall, I promised her I'd make it happen. We couldn't afford a honeymoon like that right away, but then I got a huge bonus at work, $20,000. Totally unexpected. I could have paid off my truck, saved it, invested it. But I didn't. I booked Paris. First class. A suite in a luxury hotel near the river. Private tours. Wine tastings. The works. I wanted her to have the trip of her dreams. And for most of it, it was perfect. She cried when she saw the Eiffel Tower from our room. She held my hand at the Louvre. Every night we walked along the river, talking about our future. I thought we were building something solid. Real. Until the last night. She got a phone call right before dinner. She stepped into the bathroom and closed the door. Stayed in there a while. When she came out, she looked flushed and kind of wired. I asked if everything was okay. She smiled and said yeah, just needed a little alone time. Then she told me she was heading to the hotel spa. They've got this night package, she said. Steam, hot stones, all of it. I really need it. You want me to come? I asked. She shook her head fast. No, no. You relax. Order room service. You've done so much already. Just chill tonight. It didn't feel right, but I didn't want to push. I told her to enjoy it. I ordered chicken cordon bleu and a bottle of wine. Watched a bad action movie on the hotel TV. Tried to enjoy the last night. Tried to convince myself everything was fine. Then I got a DM on Instagram. It was from someone named Julian. Said he worked at the hotel. Sorry to message you like this. I just thought you should know. Your wife. I saw her. She is with another man. They were holding hands. I recognized her from check-in. I stared at my screen. Thought it was a scam. I asked him who he was. He replied, concierge. I work downstairs. She told the staff she was going to the spa. But she went out the side exit with a man. They're in the lounge now. I can show you the hallway security camera feed. I didn't want to believe it. But I needed to know. I told him yes. Please send it. 5 minutes later, I got a clip. It was grainy, but clear enough. I saw her. Sarah. Wearing that blue silk dress I got her in Montmartre. She was laughing. With him. Some guy in a white button-down. Hair slicked back. Taller than me. Probably younger too. She was holding his hand. They were walking close, like they'd done it before. He leaned in, whispered something. She smiled, leaned into his shoulder. Then they walked into the elevator together. My chest felt like it cracked open. I just sat there, staring at the video. My food went cold. I didn't even touch the wine. My head was spinning. All I could think was, this can't be real. This can't be her. But it was. She came back around 1 a.m. Quiet like a mouse. She thought I was asleep. I heard her undress, brush her teeth, slip under the covers. I stayed still. I kept my breathing slow. My hands were shaking. She curled up beside me like nothing had happened. The next morning, she acted like nothing was wrong. Like we had just had the perfect night in Paris. She kissed my cheek, stretched her arms, and said, "I feel amazing." That spa was heavenly. I stared at her while she poured hotel coffee into a tiny cup, humming some French song she probably picked up from the cab driver. My stomach turned. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the phone on the bed and ask her who the hell he was. I wanted to ask her if she'd been lying to me our entire marriage. But I didn't. I watched her lie, cool as ice. Instead, I said, "I'm glad. You deserved it." She kissed me again, told me she loved me. We flew back home that afternoon. The flight was quiet. She napped most of it with her head on my shoulder. I stared out the window the whole time. I wasn't holding her. I was holding back. As soon as we landed, I grabbed the bags, walked her to the curb, and kissed her goodbye. "Let's grab dinner later," she said. "Something light." I smiled. "Sounds good. I'll text you." She waved and walked inside. I didn't text her. I drove straight to my cousin Drew's house. He's a divorce attorney. I hadn't told anyone yet, but Drew and I were close. Closer than most family. I told him what happened. I showed him the video. He didn't say a word at first. Just watched the footage and shook his head. "You want to serve her now?" he asked. "No. Not yet." He looked confused. "You want to stay married to her after this?" I shook my head. "I want the papers ready. File them. But I want to control when she finds out. She doesn't deserve a heads up. She's going to feel what I felt." He nodded slowly. "Okay. We'll draft them. Uncontested. No assets to fight over except the savings and car. That bonus money is gone, though. You're not getting that back." "I know," I said. "That's not what I'm after." Over the next few weeks, I played the part. I answered her calls. I sent her good morning texts. We even had dinner a few times. I was careful. I didn't touch her. Didn't sleep with her. Told her I was sick, tired from work, stressed. She bought every excuse. And while I was doing that, I had Drew quietly file everything. No warning. No argument. No confrontation. She had no idea that the clock was ticking. What made it worse was what I found after I started digging. I checked our phone bill. That guy from Paris? His number showed up more than once. She was texting someone before the trip. I checked social media, went back through her tagged photos. I found a photo of a friend from her old job in Chicago. Guess who it was? Same guy. Same damn guy. I wasn't the only one who thought Paris was romantic. That's when I made a plan. She had a birthday coming up. Big one, her 35th. She was planning a weekend trip with some friends, wanted to do a wine tasting and a spa day. She kept asking if I could help her organize it. I said yes. I told her I was all in. Told her I'd make it special. But I had other plans. Sarah's 35th birthday weekend came fast. She invited 6 girlfriends. Said it was going to be a classy, relaxing weekend. She booked a lake house Airbnb about 2 hours from Cincinnati, right on the Kentucky side. I helped her set it all up, food orders, wine delivery, even a private chef for Saturday night. She kept saying I was such a good husband. I'd smile and kiss her forehead like none of it bothered me. She didn't know I'd seen the texts between her and that guy again. She'd renamed him in her phone, Claire, with a heart emoji. But the number was the same one I traced back to him in Paris. He was flying in that weekend. She didn't think I knew. But I did. I had everything. The text where she told him, "Can't wait to see you again." He still has no idea. The selfie she sent in her robe, taken in our bathroom. The heart emoji she added to the end. So I made a phone call of my own. I called the Airbnb host. Told them I was her husband, and I wanted to surprise her with a video montage. I asked if I could install a small camera in the common area, just to capture memories. They said yes. I bought 2 small cameras, barely the size of a thumb. One in the living room. One in the hallway. I wasn't planning on showing the footage to anyone else. I just needed to know if she'd go through with it again. I needed the truth on tape. And sure enough, Saturday night, while her friends were outside drinking wine by the fire pit, he showed up. He didn't even knock. She opened the door before he raised his hand. Like she'd been waiting by it. They kissed. Right there, in the hallway. I watched on my phone, sitting in my truck down the road. He wasn't just a fling. He was someone she had feelings for. Someone she planned for. She pulled him inside, and they disappeared into the guest bedroom. Her bedroom. Our guest bedroom. She had texted me that night, too. "Missing you, babe. Can't wait to be home tomorrow. Love you." I didn't reply. I waited until morning. When she and the girls checked out, I waited for her at home. She walked in with a big smile on her face, kissed my cheek like nothing had happened. "It was so fun," she said. "I missed you." "I missed you too," I said. I almost laughed. Because while she was on the way home, the footage from that Airbnb had already been emailed to my lawyer. He made copies. Cleaned the audio. Timestamped it. And at that moment, sitting across from me, smiling and sipping her coffee, Sarah had no idea that a process server would knock on her work office door in 2 days and hand her the papers. She didn't know yet that she was already divorced. But she was about to find out. Monday morning came. Sarah left early for work like nothing was wrong. She kissed me on the cheek before she walked out the door. "Love you," she said, halfway down the porch steps. I didn't say it back. I waited until I knew she'd be at her desk, 9:10 a.m. sharp. That's when the process server walked into her office building. A big man in a dark suit. Quiet. Efficient. Walked right into reception, gave her name, handed her the envelope. Inside, divorce papers. Filed weeks ago. Final hearing scheduled. All documented. Attached to the packet? A flash drive. With a short video clip. Just 15 seconds long. Sarah and her lover, kissing in the Airbnb hallway. Timestamped. Clean audio. Her laugh clear as day. I didn't need to add a note. That flash drive said enough. She called me 20 minutes later. I let it ring. She called again. And again. Then the text started. What is this? We can talk about this. You can't just do this. Rob, answer me. By noon, she was outside my house, banging on the door like a madwoman. I opened it. She looked wrecked, mascara smudged, face red. What the hell is this, Rob? I stared at her. You tell me. She froze. Her eyes darted. That video, it's not what it looks like. I laughed in her face. Don't insult me. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. She looked scared now. Like for the first time, she didn't have control. You lied, I said. In Paris. In my house. With my money. With my time. You took all of it and threw it away. She shook her head, started crying. It wasn't serious. It was just enough. I handed her a folder. Inside were photos. Text logs. Copies of the phone bill. Her flight booking to Chicago last month, same weekend she said she was visiting her mom. Everything. You're done here, I said. The lawyer will contact you about the hearing. You can keep the furniture. I don't care. But we're finished. Rob, please, she sobbed. I made a mistake. So did I said, stepping back and shutting the door in her face. I married you. She stayed on the porch for a while. Then I heard her car peel off. I stood there in the kitchen, finally alone, really alone, for the first time in months. I wasn't proud of all of it. I knew I could have confronted her in Paris. Could have yelled, made a scene. But I wanted her to feel something real. I wanted her to know I wasn't stupid, or weak, or just the nice guy who paid for the honeymoon. I wanted her to lose something she thought was hers to play with. And she did. Last I heard, the guy from Paris ghosted her after the footage came out. She moved back in with her sister. Changed her number. Blocked me on everything. It doesn't matter. She still thinks I was the fool in the story. But the truth is, I ended it the second she showed me who she really was. She thinks we were married. We weren't. Not for weeks.